What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with another news video. It's Friday the 13th, so don't be surprised to find even wackier news coming at you today. Join us now as Wrestlelamia looks at the latest news, including Corey Graves' WWE future, the Revival teasing a jump to AEW, whether Aleister Black is too satanic for SmackDown, Batista seeing red over Blue-tista tweets, Drew McIntyre's health scare, and much more. Let's get straight into the first bit of news. Is Corey Graves retiring? There's been a lot of talk about the WWE shuffling its announce team around. Not surprising considering NXT's promotion to the USA Network and the WWE's upcoming draft. WWE announcer Corey Graves decided to have some fun with the rumors, stirring the pot by tweeting, "Just to clear up all of the rumors I see swirling around about the commentary changes in WWE, I'm retiring." However, WrestleVotes reports this is just a prank on Corey's part and that, relax everyone, Corey Graves is not retiring. However, the plan of this Tuesday was that he was moving to SmackDown on Fox along with Michael Cole, and he will only appear on SmackDown. No more double duty for Graves. Next up are the Revival leaving the WWE. Will they or won't they? At one point, the Revival's Scott Dawson and Dash Wilder looked to be leaving the WWE as they vocally expressed their displeasure with their push. After being put into some embarrassing angles, the team was then given a bit of a push, including a Raw Tag Team Championship win. While we haven't heard any new information on whether the team had re-signed with the WWE, there have been featured players in the ongoing war between Randy Orton and the New Day. However, a recent tweet by Sean Spears suggests the Revival haven't ruled out a WWE exit. Responding to an All Elite Wrestling tweet, if you could bring in any current tag team in the world right now to join the AEW tag team division, Sean Spears mentioned the Revival, to which Dawson responded with a thinking emoji. Another interesting situation thanks to social media, which makes it no surprise the WWE is reportedly clamping down on superstars' social media content. Next up, a Drew McIntyre update. As Wrestlelamia has noted in previous videos, Drew McIntyre is expected back in the WWE after minor surgery, but up until now, fans had little idea what the circumstances were behind the Scottish psychopath's absence. According to the Wrestling Observer, regarding McIntyre, he underwent minor surgery recently, and is about ready to return. The surgery was not muscle or bone related. He was sick for a few weeks and just kept it to himself and working. He was sick for several weeks. On 26 August, the day he did the King of the Ring match with Ricochet, he could barely get out of bed. But he kept it to himself and just figured he was run down and had the flu and would work through it. He went to Mexico last week on a promotional tour, and when he got back, the company told him to see a doctor. The doctor diagnosed him and ordered him in surgery 3 hours later. He's ready to go right about now, but was not cleared as of press time, but it should be fairly soon. McIntyre had been enjoying a strong push in the WWE until he bowed out earlier at the King of the Ring tournament, leading some fans to speculate his push was cooling down. We'll see over the next few weeks where things are headed for McIntyre, someone who could end up on the SmackDown or even NXT roster. Next up, a bit of a weird story, as there were rumors going around that Aleister Black was too satanic for WWE. Fans wondering why Aleister Black's push has turned from hot to lukewarm may have come across the following tweet from Wrestling Bible, which commented on a story about Black saying, "Where is Aleister Black? According to Bill Barty from Dirt Sheets, Eric Bischoff and SmackDown Creative aren't too sure what to do with Black. The belief is he is too satanic for mainstream television. Internally, the hope is Black will be drafted to Raw or back to NXT in coming weeks if SmackDown Creative can't come up with something for the talented Dutch superstar." Now, if you haven't heard of Bill Barty, he's pretty much a nobody from Big Brother and now spends his time making up rumors. In fact, we're pretty sure that penguins at the local zoo have more wrestling credibility around rumors than he does. However, none other than Black himself took to Twitter to refute the story, stating, "This is 100% fake." While there's nothing too crazy to believe when it comes to the WWE, we haven't seen anything satanic when it comes to Black's portrayal on SmackDown Live. A more likely explanation is that Black has just been one of the many superstars on the Blue brand to find themselves in a holding pattern as Eric Bischoff continues learning the ropes before tackling SmackDown's creative department. No one seems to want to make any changes to SmackDown before Bischoff takes control. Hopefully sometime before his contract expires, as he might go into a different direction. The problem is that SmackDown superstars find themselves with little or nothing to do, a predicament Black is in, and one which makes wild rumors seem plausible to some. Probably the one idiot that subscribed to Bill Batty's Patreon. Next up, are wrestlers going to become employees? One of the biggest controversies in wrestling has been the industry's classification of wrestlers as independent contractors rather than employees, a classification the WWE has been adamant about enforcing. While the question has been challenged in court, wrestlers have yet to be classified as employees. What are the differences involved? According to the US Department of Health and Human Services, a business may pay an independent contractor and an employee for the same or similar work, but there are important legal differences between the two. For the employee, the company withholds income tax, social security, and Medicare from wages paid. For the independent contractor, the company does not withhold taxes. Employment and labor laws also do not apply to independent contractors. But that could change thanks to a new law being considered in the state of California. According to this week's Wrestling Observer newsletter, Assembly Bill 5 was passed on 10th September in the California State Senate that is expected to pass through the state assembly, and Governor Gavin Newsom will sign it and put it into law on 1st January, redefining the employee versus independent contractor law. The bill states that workers must be designated as employees as opposed to independent contractors if the company they work for exerts control over how they perform their tasks, or if their work is part of the company's regular daily business. Pro wrestling likely fits into the former, but there is no arguing it fits into the latter, which would make wrestlers employees if they perform in California. Labor groups are pushing for similar legislation in New York, and other states would be expected to follow. Because live touring is less important, it is not inconceivable that WWE and/or AEW would simply avoid running in California to avoid the law, but if New York and other states follow suit, that becomes far more difficult. This could have a huge impact on the entire wrestling industry, so we'll keep you updated with the latest in this developing situation. Our next story, a dream SmackDown live card. Fans checking out the preview for 17 September 2019 SmackDown couldn't believe their eyes when they read the show's description that said, "It's all out pandemonium on this episode of SmackDown. In the main event, the unlikely team of Shane McMahon, The Rock and Kane battle D-Generation X. What role will Stone Cold Steve Austin play in all of this? Edge goes one-on-one with Hardcore Holly." While the WWE was once notorious for listing wrestlers at live events that they knew weren't going to be there, even this is unusual for the WWE. Obviously it was a mistake on someone's part, but it is interesting to compare past shows to contemporary shows and see which product holds up better. Next up, AEW and WWE preview shows. With AEW's TNT show premiering on 2nd October and SmackDown Live moving to Fox, both promotions will be airing TV specials to hype the respective shows' debuts. According to the Wrestling Observer, right now, the plan is for the next television show on TNT to be a preview show for the Washington DC opener, which would air on 1st October. That hasn't been announced, but has been scheduled for some time, with the idea of running at 8 PM on the first Tuesday that SmackDown isn't on. As for Fox, the Blue Brand's new home will be airing a special the week before SmackDown relocates there. Entitled SmackDown's Greatest Hits, the show will preview WWE action for new viewers, and if the WWE is wise, they won't focus too much on past superstars who are no longer active with the promotion. And the last story of today, Batista sees red over a Blutista tweet. WWE superstar turned Hollywood star Dave Batista has had his battles with smarks on the internet, as seen by a recent discussion involving the Animal's wardrobe at 2014's Payback pay-per-view. As noted by Wrestling Inc., a fan apologized to Batista about booing him, presumably around the time Batista returned to WWE and won the Royal Rumble. "I just want to extend a formal apology to Dave Batista for ever booing you at any wrestling events. You're an awesome human being." Batista would respond to him with a simple, "Apology accepted." However, a tweet from former NXT announcer Alex Del Barrio seemed to hit Batista's berserk button when Del Barrio said, "I apologize too, except for the Blutista chant. That was funny." You may recall that Triple H reformed Evolution to take on The Shield, allying himself with Randy Orton and Batista. Batista wore blue gear that some fans found amusing, nicknaming him Blutista and even starting a Blutista meme, as well as chants. At the time, he expressed his disgust with the Smarks, tweeting, "6 guys go to war and beat the shit out of each other, and what did the genius Smarks walk away with? Batista wore blue. What a loser. Hashtag dipshit." Responding to Del Barrier's comments, Big Dave tweeted, "6 guys put their health on the line in a violent match. 3 guys used their success to make 3 newer guys bigger stars. The finale of a great program. Smart marks focus on me wearing blue and start the Blutista chant, which is all people remember. Yeah, hysterical." Once again, wrestlers find themselves in a lose-lose situation, regardless of how they choose to deal with internet trolls. But there you have it guys, your latest wrestling news. Be sure to leave your comments down below, subscribe if you haven't already, follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.